Buying a home is more than just a transaction. It's a journey. And for many, it can feel overwhelming, confusing, and even a little scary. But hey, you're not alone. Welcome to From Rents to Roots, Home Ownership with Work Hard Mortgage, where we share real stories from real people who have navigated the home buying process. In each episode, we sit down with first-time homebuyers, industry experts, and real estate professionals to talk about the challenges, surprises, and lessons they've learned along the way. If you're dreaming of owning a home but don't know where to start, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Welcome, Savannah Romney, to From Rents to Roots, where we get to know you a little bit and talk about the real estate market here in Utah and stuff. Anyhow, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to get to know you guys a little bit more. I know we just met, but this should be really fun.
Good. So talk to us about your career here right now. So obviously you're a realtor at the Perry Group, and you've been doing this for how long now?
So I've been in the industry for 2 years. Okay. I have a big entrepreneurial background, but I graduated high school a year early, and I had the goal of buying a house super young. Okay. A lot of people my age didn't believe that they'd be able to do that, and so that's when I started assisting real estate agents. Okay. I wanted to be an investor, own a home, and dive into the real estate market without being an agent. Yeah. Which is funny because now I'm a real estate agent. I just actually went solo recently, but I've been assisting for about 2 years, and almost a year ago is when I got my license.
Okay. And so always interested in real estate then, right?
Yeah. My dad has a financial advisor friend, and I've actually picked his brain. Obviously, he sees a lot of money and a lot of wealthy people, and he helps them navigate where to put everything, where to invest. Yeah. I'm a little biased because I do think real estate is the best investment. Yeah. He started informing me on stocks and crypto. My dad loves crypto. Sure. And I think all that stuff is good, but if you're wanting to build something long-term and create the most wealth, yes, stocks, ROI, percentage-wise, is going to be bigger than real estate. Yeah. But you're going to make a lot more money in real estate if you do it the right way. Yeah. And why is that? Why is real estate, in your opinion, better than, say, stocks and bonds and that kind of stuff? Crypto, to your point, sure, there's money to be made there, right? The thing that scares me sometimes about crypto is it seems like a little bit like a crapshoot sometimes. You can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money too. Yeah. And that's what kind of scares me on some of those things. But talk to me about, why do you think real estate is a better investment for people? Yeah, there's risk in everything. So crypto, stocks, real estate, there's a lot of risk. I work with a lot of investors too, and some of my real estate friends that also do fix and flips have lost a lot of money. Yeah. So I think anywhere that you put your money, you have to accept that there is risk. But the reason I think that real estate is better is because there's a lot of different ways to make money with it, and it can be fun. So there's fix and flips, there's rentals. I'm helping someone out of state do a multifamily home unit, so they'd be renting out a bunch of different units on an apartment complex. And with the right, I'm going to start speaking real estate terms, but you're good. The right cap rate and the right cash flow, you're going to be making money. So yes, there is a chance that the market fails and you have to sell. But also, if it goes right, you're making money and your net worth is going up. So with stocks, you can make money, and sure, you can make big chunks of money, but real estate is worth more. Yeah. And with appreciation and inflation, which is always going to be a thing, you're bound to make a lot of money in real estate. Yeah. Which, one of the things I've always liked about real estate is, so if you invest, let's say, $50,000 in stocks, you're earning that money on that $50,000, that percentage on that $50,000, right? But if you invest $50,000 in a $500,000 home, the appreciation is based off that $500,000 home, and not $50,000 initial investment. Yep. There's also a lot of tax benefits to it. Yep. I have a lot of sales bros that like to use their tax benefits that way. Sure. And like you talked about, the equity part, when your house appreciates, you can actually borrow against your equity and buy another property. So it's money that is constantly working for you, and if you do it right, you have the right tax representatives and the right real estate agents guiding you, you really can make a big, how do I phrase that? Your net worth can go up a lot. Yeah. Good. I agree with you. I've bought several homes over my career, and they've been good
I always say real estate is get rich slowly. Do you know what I mean? So it does happen, like over time. It's not a get rich quick thing, but I would argue that's the more thing that lasts, right?
Yeah.
If you can do it slowly, that you are going to get there.
Yeah, I say it's the fastest way to make the most money, which it's not.
Sure.
It's not if you actually look at it logically.
Yeah.
Long term, you're going to make a lot more money.
Yeah. No, I bought a home 2007 that I shouldn't have bought right as it crashed, that whole market stuff. But I held on to that for a long time and ended up doing really well. So
yeah, that's also another benefit. So I talked to you got me on a really crazy rant. A lot of people will throw the objection of, I'm scared the market's going to crash. I want interest rates to go down.
Yeah.
And if you study the 2008 crash, the reason that the market crashed is because they were giving every single person loans.
Sure. Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily because of the houses. It was more the amount of money that was being loaned, and people weren't actually qualified for it. So since that's changed, it's a lot harder to get a loan. You guys probably know that.
Yep.
And there is a lot of security around it. So I don't ever think the market will crash that badly again.
Yeah.
And
Neither do
again, with inflation happening, so many people every year, I should have bought a house last year. I should have bought a house last year. Not saying the interest rates are going to go up forever. I do think the interest rates can go down, and that is different than the market crashing. But the market, in my opinion, is never going to crash that bad.
No.
Too many things were going wrong during that time.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Have you seen The Big Short, the movie The Big Short?
It's on my list.
It's really good.
I heard it's good. I should.
I would recommend it.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah. I got really interested in it, and because doing this job and everything like that, I wanted to kind
Understand
of
that
understand it and everything.
Yeah.
And so I got a recommendation from my friend, and he said, we should watch this show. And I watched it, and I was like, yeah, this is crazy what was happening. Yeah, so I think I would recommend it. It's awesome. But
it's on my watch list because
Yeah.
I've done a bunch of research, but I think I would understand it even more if I watched it. So.
Yeah, my friend tells me all the time, there's a scene in that movie that is like, I just think of you because you're a lender. He's like, because there's these guys that they're talking to lenders and everything like that. And they're just, we just give people a bunch of money and everything like that. And I think of you every time. And I'm like, I don't know if I should be happy about that or not.
Yeah.
It was too easy back then. And so anybody could get multiple loans. It wasn't just one home, it was multiple homes.
Yeah.
And as long as you just said, hey, I work at 7-Eleven, but I make $300,000 a year. Okay, sweet. We'll get you a loan. And it was zero down loans and stuff like that. And so you had huge and artificial demand that wasn't real.
Yeah.
Because people don't need 3 homes that couldn't even rent it out. And it just...
Yeah. I think there's a lot more that goes into it now. There's a lot. I know from our side, there's a lot more stuff that we have to collect. There's a lot more
Lots of
documents that we have to see,
paperwork.
lots of paperwork and everything like that. But
Yeah, I always let my buyers know, hey, it's really tedious, but it's to protect you.
yeah.
So talk to us about the Utah market in general. So you mentioned there's a lot of people that are scared to buy right now, right? Interest rates are higher. Will it crash? Different things like that, right? People have their fears. But to your point, there is a cost of waiting too. And I think that should be addressed. People should be scared of that, right? What are you missing out on? Fear of missing out is a big thing nowadays, right? So what are you missing out on by not buying? But talk to us about the market. Are you seeing changes? What have you seen here in Utah in your time?
Yeah, so houses are going to close every day for the rest of the world.
Sure.
Rest of the existence. But in my opinion, there's always deals on the market.
Yeah.
I see transactions all the time where people get really good deals on the market. And yes, some people are trading their 3%, 2% interest rates for 6% interest rates, but it's because they have to.
Yeah.
And this is where my love for new construction homes comes in.
Okay.
Right now, a lot of the new construction people I'm partnering with are giving people 3.87% interest rates. I've seen 3.99. I've seen enough concessions to buy it down to 1.99% your first year. So there's a lot of opportunity when it comes to interest rates. When it comes to rentals and investing, there's still a lot of deals on the market. You just have to find it. So I think it's dating where a lot of people are like, oh, there's no one for me. Everyone sucks, but you just have to keep dating. You have to keep looking, and you have to have the right people in your corner. Yeah. But I would say, especially for first-time home buyers, look at new construction. Okay. They're offering amazing deals. I haven't had any issues with new construction. I've heard horror stories, but nothing personally. It's always been a really good, smooth transaction.
Sure. Okay, good. That's good. What about people that are looking to sell their home? Is now a good time to sell?
Yeah, so It's definitely a buyer's market right now. Buyers have a little bit more of an advantage, but we are getting into summer where a lot of buyers start looking again. Sellers start getting that advantage. For selling, I would say partner with an agent that is really good at strategy. I've seen some sellers agents where they just list it at market value and it sits on average, I want to say around 70 days that a house sits right now on average in Utah. And then there's some agents that I work with that strategize it, price it a little bit under market value, and a bidding war starts. And sellers are getting a lot more out of their house than they would have if it just sat. It also depends on how you list it and who's in your corner.
So obviously having a good realtor matters then on some of those things, right?
Yeah.
So you brought up a couple things with strategy. A lot of times people think it's like listing something on KSL. I'm just going to throw, hey, here's what it's worth, buy it and stuff. Yep. But you're saying there is a little bit of strategy then that goes into what they price it off at.
Yep, definitely. And this is where for sell by owners don't understand that having a real estate agent does help. I know some people call it expensive, but I think you're losing money if you aren't going with a real estate agent. And you can call me biased because I'm a real estate agent, but again, houses are sitting because either people are pricing it wrong or they're not pricing it correctly, or the value of their home is just not presented on how they list it. There's that. And then I was going at something else, but totally slipped my mind. If it comes back to me, I'll bring it up.
That sounds good. I'm good with that.
Oh, I have it.
Go ahead.
Okay, then comes Zillow. So a lot of people too will come to me and say, hey, Zillow said that my home's worth this much. And this is probably one of the most annoying things that real estate agents hear, because Zillow is an AI estimator. It hasn't seen the upgrades you've done in your house. It hasn't seen what the neighbors' houses look like. It hasn't seen anything about your house except for the market data. So for sale by owners and even sellers, before they go talk to a real estate agent, are expecting these numbers that are incorrect. So sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, but you have to, again, have the right people in your corner.
Yeah. But even sometimes that Zillow data, you say it's based off market data, but it's not even, did they finish the basement? Zillow doesn't know that. And so there is more to that story than most people know. It's a good estimate. It gives you a ballpark, is what I always tell people, but sometimes not
really
even close.
Ballpark.
Sometimes not really close to one.
Ballpark.
Yes, I'm with you. Okay, talk to us about first-time home buyers. Obviously, Caleb, and maybe if you have any questions on this, being a first-time home buyer yourself, but what are things that you mentioned trying to buy a home right out of high school, which is very admirable, right? Trying to jump into that right away. Should other people do that? Is that for everyone? What are your thoughts as far as if you were advising a first time?
The first thing you have to keep in mind is you have to have the goal of owning a home. If you don't have the goal of owning a home, you're not going to own a home.
Okay.
But the first step that you should always take is talk to a lender. And the reason I say that is because a lender will break down everything that you need to know. They're also going to figure out what's the most comfortable monthly payment for you, what you qualify for, and if there's any tax issues, which your CPA would also have to help with, but tax issues or credit issues that need to be fixed, so when you're ready to buy, it's ready to go. A lot of people like to look at houses first, get super excited, and then they talk to a lender, and you need to fix your credit, or you actually don't qualify for this home price, you qualify for less, or even better, you actually qualify for more, so you can buy that single family home that you really do want. So even if you're 2 to 5 years out, talk to a lender and start game planning. If you have the goal of owning a single family home that's worth $500,000, they are going to guide you and tell you exactly what you need to do, how much you need to make to qualify for that house.
Okay. I like that a lot. Yeah, I think me coming into this industry and everything like that, I didn't know a whole lot, so I've been trying to figure it all out and everything like that. But yeah, I think a lot of this, like, I guess I'll call it the stigma, is just if I want to buy a home, I go and I either one, just go and look at homes, or two, I go talk to a realtor. And then I think it is disheartening. I at least from what I've seen a little bit, is it's very disheartening, not only for the buyer but also for the lender as well. We don't like going and being like, I know you have this house that you really want, but you just can't really get it right now. And it's really disheartening for me as well, because I saw how excited they were about it, and they're like, hey, we really want this home, and then having to be like, we need to work on it. So I think going to a lender first is very important as well. At least that's what I've learned just watching it and being in it and everything like that. I'm like, yeah, I think I would definitely come to one of us first and be like, okay, how much can I afford? Then you see how much you can even get pre-approved, and then that's even more leverage when you're actually looking to buy one. So then if you find something that you really like, you already know you can get it, then you can already just put an offer down, and just the process flows really nice from there. But
yeah. My team's partnered with Zillow. So what a lot of people don't understand is Zillow, when you call in, connects you to a buyer's agent. So a lot of people come in, which it's hard because it gives them that false reality of, oh, we look at the homes first and then we get but we meet them at the house, and then we have to figure out how to talk about lending. But what I'm seeing right now is a lot of people hate the idea of talking to lenders, and I think it's because the idea of talking about money is scary, right? Yeah. But again, we have to normalize it. You have to have these hard conversations if you're wanting to make a pretty big decision and move or buy a house. So I just talk to a lender. A lot of lenders that I work with, I'm not sure where you guys are at, but it's free to talk to a lender, and normally for pre-approvals they do a soft pull. So your credit's not being hurt. It's not a disadvantage except for 15 minutes of your time. Yeah. That's the worst thing that you have to do, is take away 15 to 30 minutes of your time to just get a number back.
Love that. Yeah, no, we even have a 60-second quiz where people can get a pretty good idea of if this is even possible. And then obviously, yes, hey, let's collect a little bit more, do a 15-minute conversation, try to get a little more data so we can give them that advice, right? And let them know, hey, is this even in the realm of possibilities for them, right? So, no, I love that. And obviously it is scary to talk to a lender, because that is a hard conversation to have, right? Because you're kind of naked before us, from a financial standpoint, right? And that's a little bit hard to kind of do. Nobody likes to do that as much. So, but I'm glad you're trying to get those people to have those conversations. Yeah. Any barriers, any things you're finding, any hurdles these people are having when you're talking to them about that, or things that you've been able to say, okay, hey, what other hurdles do these first-time home buyers have where they're scared as you're talking to them?
Yeah, so I think there's a myth going around or something. I'm not sure what it is, but I always let them know that it's free to talk to a lender. And like we mentioned before, most lenders will do a soft pull, so it doesn't affect their credit. So I think what a lot of people are thinking is, oh, I have to pay for it, or they're going to affect my credit, so I might as well find what I want. So then they pull my credit, and then it's fine. Yeah. So I think just informing them more, hey, it's free. Yeah. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't talk to them, and it's a lot easier than you think is what's going to get them through the door. So it's just lack of information. Yeah. I don't think us as agents, especially online, are informing people enough that lending or talking to a lender is the first step. It's not about the pretty home first.
Sure. Yeah. But that's the fun part, right?
It is the fun part. That's why everyone wants it first.
That's why everybody wants to do it first.
Yeah, it's definitely been hard to redirect them, especially with, the Zillow clients I meet, because we go to the home first, which flips the transition in talking about lending. It makes it a lot harder.
Sure. Yeah. On the credit score thing too, we just rolled out a program with Vantage Score. I don't know if you've heard of that, so FICO score is what everybody uses, but Vantage Score just came out where it ends up being about 60 points higher than the FICO score. And we're on a pilot program right now where we're able to use those scores. So it's allowing people that maybe not qualify to all of a sudden qualify, because it uses a slightly different calculation to be able to figure out what their score is. And so that's helping people too. So again, some people think, oh, my credit score is this. Hey, now with this Vantage Score opportunity, we're able to get more people in it.
That's awesome.
So that's brand new. I just rolled that last week, actually. So that's brand new.
Yeah, we're really excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah. Just because, again, those people that maybe, and even the people that, let's say you already have a 700 score, so you would have qualified anyhow, but if we use the Vantage Score, maybe the interest rate just got better.
Yeah, you can get a better rate. So
multiple things that are.
Yeah.
Do you guys have programs where you can help a credit score go up pretty quickly?
Yeah. It's called a rapid rescore kind of thing. And so, a lot of times we can do that too.
I think that's something that needs to be informed too, because some people have those lower credit scores and they're scared to talk about it, but there is also programs to help with all of that. So I just wish people just would reach out, but that's what I'm trying to help.
You have a world of do-it-yourselfers, I think, right now, right? Yeah. Everybody wants to kind of do it yourself.
And then ChatGPT, people are just chatting.
So we can just do all the knowledge, and I get it, because once I talk to somebody, then they're going to pressure me and stuff like that. But my guess is maybe speak to the pressure part, because I think that's maybe one reason people are scared to talk to a realtor or lender or something like that, is because I don't want them hounding me and trying to make me do this. What would you say to that?
There's some agents and some lenders that do hound you.
Sure.
So that fear is real. I understand it, but again, it's just finding the right people. And how do you find the right people? That's hard when everyone has opinions.
Yeah,
sure.
But I think doing your research, and we might talk about it later, but stalk them. Come on, go onto my social media page and stalk me.
Yeah.
Do your research. Maybe jump on a 15-minute call and we can just talk. You can see if you even like me.
Yeah.
But you need to be doing your research as well and having the direct questions. If you are scared of someone hounding you, say it to their face, hey,
Sure.
I don't want you to spam me. I am scared of talking to someone because I'm scared of them hounding me or pressuring me into this. I'm trying to get my information. I'm trying to figure out what's the best thing for me. Is this okay?
Sure.
Are we on the same page?
Sure.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know, everyone's just scared of having the conversations, but just be direct.
Yeah.
I think with that, I think a lot of people are scared that it'll happen. So they're like, we want to start looking for a home, but they're also scared that it's going to happen. And I think just going back towards it, or going back to what you were saying, is just, I think you have to find the people that work for you. So there's so many different people in the industry. So there's a ton of different lenders, there's a ton of different agents, there's a ton of different everything. Even here, I'm a lot different than Ryan. And I think just finding the people that work for you is a huge part in it as well. Just being like, yeah, I have confidence in this person that I know that they're going to do what's the best for me and they're not going to hound me. And so I think that's where relationship base is really big in this industry, is being like, one, for the realtor, having a lender that's, hey, if I give this, my client, if I give my buyer to them, they're going to take care of them. It's going to be okay. Nothing's really bad is going to happen. I trust them and everything like that. And then also for the buyer, if they know somebody, hey, I know this person has my best interest in mind. Because I know that, like, at least sometimes when I talk to my friends and everything like that, they're like, oh, work, you cares about that, but friend, and I'm like, well, I'm just the same guy. I don't really, nothing changes when I go to work or anything like that. Or I want to help you out as much as you can. So if you come to me with stuff and come to me with questions, I'm more than happy to help you out with those. And I'm not going to try to pressure you to do something that you're not ready to do, because I can't. One, I can't do it, because if they're not ready to go, then I can't give them a loan. There's a lot of guidelines for it, but also I'm a person that I care about them, and so I want to see what's best for them. And so I think just with buyers and everybody in the industry is just like finding people that you trust and that you are okay with giving people that you are close to with this, because obviously you gain relationships with buyers, with other people as well, and so it's your kind of name on the line as well. If I give them to this person, then that reflects back on me as well. If, say, I'm a lender and say my friend comes to me and is, hey, I want to get pre-approved, I want to work with an agent, I don't really know who to work with, and I'm like, I'm going to just give them to this guy, and then that guy kind of ruins it for them, then they're not going to come back to me ever if they ever need advice for what happened for mortgages and stuff in the future. If they're looking to refinance or anything like that, they're not going to come back to me because of the bad experience that they had. So I think just very relationship based with everybody. You need to find people that you trust in it.
Yep. Yeah, and I like how you emphasize that, because I've had some lenders that I sent them over and no conversation happened, and so that really reflects them as well, you know what I mean? So it definitely is a relationship, partnership, and it's super important, especially as lenders and agents, to have that in place.
So let's pivot to that a little bit. So you said stalk you on social media, get to know you and stuff like that. Somebody looking at you might say, okay, hey, she's younger. Should I go with a more experienced one? Why choose you, Savannah? Why, in this world of many different agents, why choose you?
It's important to do your research, and I think it's also important for agents and lenders to show their experience, but I also think it matters who you're working with. So I get the age objection a lot, and it's actually my favorite objection now. I used to be so scared of it.
Yeah.
I remember talking to my mentors all the time, and I was like, oh, they're going to say I'm too young. But it's now my favorite objection. And the reason is because I have my knowledge in the industry. I know myself. I know that I work hard. I've been through the process multiple times, especially with working with other experienced agents. And so I know I'm going to take care of them. And that's where buyer consultations take place. That's where going over the process with them and really getting to know them and showing them the value that I have. I think also, this might be a hot take, but a lot of the older agents that I work with don't work as hard.
Yeah.
A lot of agents, believe it or not, don't pick up their phones. They don't work as hard. They don't need you as their client, so they're not going to work as hard. And so that's an argument that I always have as well. Look, I know I'm younger, I do have experience, and here's what I do. I do work with the #1 team in Utah, so you're not just getting me. You're getting a huge team that helped 1,500 families last year. Yeah. But also, I'm going to work hard for you. I have more time than those agents, and I actually want to work with you, and I want to build the relationship. So some people have the fear of age being a thing, but I think it can be flipped, and maybe you don't want the 45-year-old guy that has kids to take care of and doesn't really care about you.
It's funny you say that, because that's the exact script that we say here.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, yeah, that's the exact same.
Because, and I'll admit to what you just said, which is I'm older, I've had success. I will admit I'm a little lazier than I was when I was your guys' age, right? I was hungrier then and stuff like that. Now, I will argue that I have way more knowledge now because I've been doing this for 20 years, but that's why I like the way our team is set up, is because we have younger guys that are hungry, that are hardworking, and then they can come and ask me for the, hey, how do you do this or this?
Yep.
Right? And so we have the knowledge that comes with experience, but we have the hard work that comes from the younger guys, right?
Yep.
And I would argue that's the best combination, frankly, because you're getting the best of both worlds in my opinion. It sounds like your company's set up the same way.
Yeah, I think also joining a team as a real estate agent or a lender is super good, because when you hire a real estate agent, you're not just hiring them. You're hiring their brokerage, you're hiring the team that they're on. You're going to ask them questions, and I'm not just going to decide what I want to do. Yeah. I have laws that I have to follow. I have a broker that I can call, and I have 200 plus agents that I trust that have been in the industry longer than me. Yeah. So it's not just I'm just hiring you. There's a whole entire line of people that you're going to be working with.
Yeah. And I think that's important for people to know, because again, it's not just you then, right? It's not just you they're hiring. Although the benefit of you is, hey, you're hungry, you got their undivided attention, you're going, hey, how do I help you, right? Sell this home, buy this home, whatever it is that you're doing and stuff. So yeah, love that.
Yeah, I guess what I would say is that I think, like you said, we're younger, and I think all of us are getting into the industry. And so when we have somebody, it's like our little like, it's like our baby, dude. We were like, we have to do whatever it takes to get this person. And it's very exciting, yeah. And I know that on the couple loans that I work with, that I've worked on, it's, wow, I really need to make sure everything is okay with this. Because, like you said, it's like the more experienced people, and Ryan does a very good job at not doing this, but the more experienced people is like, I've got my people, I've got my other stuff, it's just another thing. But for us in the younger generation, it's okay, this is maybe our first one, or maybe these are our firsts that we're doing, and so we are really caring about it, really invested in it. And so I think that's where a lot of it comes into play with, like you said, the age thing, and newer in the industry. Sometimes it's good to give the new person a chance, try to get them figured out, because like I said, it's like Ryan maybe has a ton of people that he's working with right now, and then I maybe have 2 or 3 that I'm like, these are the 2 or 3 things. I know that the guys that we work with, it's, this is our life right now. We are working with these 3 people, and this is what we need to know, and we're thinking about them all the time. We're doing this and everything like that. And so I think that the age objection, I think, is, like you said, it used to be like, oh man, I don't even know if I'm going to ever do this. But I think there's a lot of things that we bring to the table where it's like, that's what I've tried to pivot on, is I used to be like, I knew I know that, but I've got a lot of experience, people that I work with and everything like that. But it's like, you bring something to the table. And so it's like, that's what I've been trying to switch up is, I know how to do different things. I like to do social media stuff. I like to go and figure some stuff out. And I like to go and maybe knock doors. And if a realtor needs help with anything like that, I'm like, I'll go do it. I got time. I can go and do it. So it's the same with a buyer. If they need help with something, then I'm like, I'll come. I'll go figure it out, because I got nothing else to do. I can either do this, or I can go and keep trying to call some people.
Might as well help out.
Might as well help out as much as I can. So I think that's a fear that a lot of people have that I think is shifting, or at least I'm trying to shift over as well. It's like, I bring something to the table as the same as everybody else. Yes, I have a really experienced team behind me, and yes, I know that they're not going to let me fail. I know Ryan is not going to let me fail when I do stuff, but it's also, I'm bringing this to the table because I know I'm pretty good at it. I can do it, and that I think is an importance that people like to see as well. I'm bringing this to the table for you. I can figure it out as well. And I have help if needed, but I can figure it out as well. It's not like I'm just relying on them. I can do it as well. So I think people like to see that too.
Love it.
Yeah, and not to bring the negative parts that we don't like to talk about, but all these documents that you end up signing are going to protect you as well. So not saying I'm going to put you in a legal dispute, right? You're going to have to sue me because I'm very detailed like you talked about. But anyone that you hire, there are legal documents that you sign that will protect both of you. So that's just something to keep in mind too. And not saying, again, that we're going to put you in a legal dispute. But again, anyone you work with will have those.
Switching gears a little bit, talk to me about technology is obviously advancing rapidly in this world.
Crazy.
It's changing all the time. How have you seen technology help your industry change things? Or what are you seeing on the front lines with that?
Yeah, especially with AI, it's pretty scary. I will say it's pretty scary. I just had another real estate agent on my podcast, Uncharted, and he was talking about Claude. Okay. I haven't dug into Claude. Have you guys dug into it?
I've used,
Okay, it's creepy. But apparently, it can take over your computer and it can do stuff for you.
Yeah.
But anyways, with social media and AI and everything, a lot of agents that are using it are starting to see a lot more business.
Yeah.
And I think it's also a little bit scary for buyers and sellers because a lot of human connection is starting to get pulled away, and that's what I'm trying to fight against.
Sure.
I do love social media. I would say that I'm pretty active on social media, but also I still value the personal side of the transaction.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are finding their agents, they're finding their lenders on social media. I do think that being on social media is important, and having your long form, your short form, pretty much every platform with your name there and presence, but also remembering to keep it personal and go from there.
And so you mentioned social media, you mentioned your podcast. Talk to me, what success are you having with those? What have you found that's working there? What would you say about both of those?
There are a lot of people in this world. So no one knows you, no one knows your name, they don't care. And the only way they're going to find you if you put yourself out there. Okay. I just started coaching with one of my mentors, and we started getting into door knocking. So I need to be better at long form, and I still am getting into my short form. But when I was training with door knocking, I'm realizing no one knows about you. No one knows your name. They don't care. Yeah. So the first step is just getting out there and taking advantage of everything that we have. I was talking to some experienced agents that are a little seasoned, and they were telling me about how it used to be. They used to have to use maps. I don't even know how they communicated, to be honest. But
carrier pigeon, stuff like that.
But we have so much at our hands now, and people are they're not using it. They're not taking advantage of it. I did hear a study that people that don't implement AI in their business, they're going to go out of business or something. I don't know if that's true.
Sure.
I'm trying to learn AI. There's pros and cons to it for me, but I do think it is important to take advantage and push yourself out there. There's so many people in the world, you're not going to annoy anyone, and those people that are annoyed are not your customers.
I like what you're saying, though, again, the world doesn't know you, and not that you're not important, but there's so many people.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of important, good people out there and stuff, but
you have to show people why you're important, though.
Correct, right? And I think people want to get to know you, and so that's where social media is a form of doing that. Like it or not, some people don't like social media and stuff like that, but ultimately it is a good way to get to know you. Have you found, do you do more educational, funny? Where do you line up as far as that goes?
I've done a mix. I'm actually nitpicking my social media right now and trying to figure out what works.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
But I will say that I found people like connection. We have all this AI garbage and all this fake stuff, and so people just want to feel connected to you. If you are wanting to go harder on social media, I do recommend doing and posting things that people relate to. Okay. People don't want to just hear about buying a house, right? Most people, especially on our age, the 20-ish bracket, they don't care because they don't know. So you have to connect with them. You have to learn how to be friends with people and then provide value and educate.
Yeah. Okay. You work with a lot of new agents, right? I assume.
So both.
Yeah. Okay. What would you, for those that are listening to this that are maybe in real estate or thinking about getting into real estate, what advice would you give to those new agents if you were to start over again? Would you change anything with those last 2 years that you've been doing it?
Pick the right brokerage, surround yourself with the right people, and you have to figure out why you want to get into the industry, because real estate's hard, really hard. I'm sure lending's super hard, but you have to work for it.
Yeah.
A lot of older agents I'm seeing don't pick up their phones. They don't answer. It makes me curious if they actually want to make money.
How did you, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What did you last this long?
Yeah. And then I see a lot of people my age that aren't doing anything. They're not hungry. They just are hoping things will come to them. So with the right mentors, right people, they'll put you in the right direction, but it's not you just get to go drink a smoothie on the beach every day and you get to answer a bunch of calls and you're just a millionaire.
Yeah.
Real estate, and I'm sure lending, it's hard work. It's calling people. It's door knocking. It's getting your presence in front of people. So first, if you're getting into real estate for the aesthetic or the bouginess, good luck, because that's not what it is. Maybe 10 years down the road, but you have to work for it.
Yeah.
And also, if you are interested in it, talk to some people. Reach out to me. I would love to talk to you about it. I hop on phone calls all the time with people that are looking to get into real estate. But know that you have to work hard. You have to work hard. You have to talk to people. And yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. How do you, a lot of people, you don't get paid for a little while.
No.
And so how do you stay motivated when you aren't getting paid?
Yep. A lot of it goes with mindset. Therapy's awesome. But also your coaches.
Yeah.
I've seen people in different coaches and people how they approach real estate, and it looks different. If you have someone that's not going to help you and just says go figure it out, good luck. You probably won't survive in real estate. Most agents actually don't make it their 2 years. They will quit after that. So you have to have the right expectations.
Yeah.
And you have to work hard.
Yeah.
It's a mindset game.
It is a mindset.
I think for me, what I've tried to switch is instead of seeing money and deals as the reward or the wins, is just other little things. So it's, okay, sweet. I was able to have a good conversation with that realtor. Or, okay, sweet, I got an application in today. It might not go anywhere, but at least I got somewhere in. I got an application in, and I was able to look at it, and I was able to learn and grow and learn more about the program or I was able to study some of the programs that maybe would have worked for them and maybe could have helped them. And I got to kind of see what it is. So I think changing your mindset, like you said, of like, instead of deals, closings, and money being the wins, having your little wins along the way that will eventually be like, okay, sweet, I finally did it. Good for me. But you keep your motivation and you don't get as defeated when you're, okay, I got a listing today. I went and did the open house. I had a couple people come to the open house. That's great. Like, it may not have led anywhere, but you had people there and you got seen by people. And I think counting little wins for me is what is the biggest thing for me right now. It's just, I might not be like closing a ton of loans, but it's like I've only been in it for a year. So it's
That's super important too, because I fall victim into social media is not helpful at all when it comes to that. But I think a lot of people get into the game thinking, oh, money or deals, but you definitely have to figure out, okay, why am I doing this, and what are the small things that I should make a big deal about, right? It's a big deal to hop on a phone call and it goes good and you make a connection, because 5 years down the road they might close with you. You know what I mean? So I like how you highlighted that.
Yeah.
I've been loving this conversation. So this has been very good. Is there anything, Savannah, that we haven't covered that you wanted to kind of get into?
I talk about this on my podcast all the time. It's about just embracing the unknown. I think especially a lot of younger people are so scared to get uncomfortable because being uncomfortable is new. It doesn't feel the best all the time, but the reward over the fear is so much bigger. It's so worth it. So I would say, if you're interested in trying something, whether that's getting into real estate or lending or maybe a career, or you're scared of posting on social media, just try it for a month, like really try it and see where it takes you, because we have so much opportunity and we're not taking advantage of it.
Fear is holding a lot of people back, right? And yeah, the unknown. I love that advice, actually. That's great advice. So just give it a shot. And oftentimes it's not as scary as we think. But it is scary, and I get it. It's scary to do a lot of things, but you learn by doing. Experience is an important part of this life, I think.
I think we make it a lot more than it needs to be. And then you do it and you're like, oh, it wasn't really that bad. I don't know. Like, going back to like the beginning of the conversation, like talking to a lender and everything, I think a lot of people build that up to be like, holy cow, it's this huge thing. And when we just get on a call and we're just a normal person, okay, let's see what we can do. And they're just like, oh, okay, all right, let's see what we can do.
You guys probably see that all the time.
Yeah.
Which part of the reason we try to do these podcasts and different things like that is try to make us more human.
I think just show that we're normal people that are just trying to, help people out as much as we can.
Yeah. I think failure also needs to be reframed. A lot of people look at failure as something negative, but as I'm trying a bunch of things. I've started a clothing line, a podcast. I'm doing all this stuff as a 20-year-old, but failure is a good thing.
Yeah.
Failure is so fun.
Yeah.
And once you start failing and you reframe it as, oh, this just taught me something and now I know how to do it right, it becomes super fun. So you have to look internally, because all of this is going to start internally. All your self-beliefs, your fears, everything, it's going to start inside of you. And once you start doing scary things, embracing the unknown and failing a lot, life gets really fun.
Love that. You got some good knowledge there for as young as you are, so
Yeah,
good
I was
job.
about to say,
Yeah.
I
this
don't
is
feel
awesome.
20, but I am.
You got a lot of good knowledge, so I like it. So I expect great things out of you, Savannah.
Thanks.
So we'll do a part 2 a couple years
Yeah,
from now.
a
and
couple
be
years
like,
down the road
Okay,
when
look, she's got it all now. She's doing well. So
That's the goal, right?
That's the goal. That's right. Good. Hey, thank you for coming on. It's good to get to know you, and I am excited for you. It sounds like you're killing it, and again, you just have a good attitude with everything that you're working on and stuff. And so I think some good life advice, whether somebody's talking about real estate or anything, like you said, it's just, there's some good life advice there. But anyhow, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you guys. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Thanks for tuning in to From Rents to Roots. I hope today's episode gave you insight, confidence, and maybe even a little inspiration on your homeownership journey. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might find it helpful. And if you're ready to take the next step in buying a home or just have questions, reach out to me or my team at Work Hard Mortgage. We'd love to help you on your path to homeownership. Until next time, keep working hard, keep building your future, and we'll see you soon.